Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is the sixth video on Introduction to Oil and Gas. In this video, we are going to talk about drilling operations. We will also cover onshore drilling and offshore drilling. Please like, subscribe and share my channel to search for accounting lessons and hit the notification bell button to alert you for the latest video. For all of your questions, comments and suggestions, please put them in the comment section below. And for webinar and guest speaker invites, please send me a message at accountingamir@gmail.com. Accounting is AK. We hope that this video helps students in their academic development and teachers in enhancing their lesson plans and teaching methodologies. We also hope that this video helps fresh graduates who have joined the oil and gas companies and want to refresh their learning on oil and gas. Let us start with discussing the drilling operations. After the well site has been carefully prepared to meet environmental health and safety standards, drilling can begin. As an added precaution in some areas, a protective mat covers 2/3 of the pad site. Initially, 20 to 100 feet of well be drilled with a small truck mounted rig. The drilling rig and related equipment moved in and set up a process called rigged up. Drilling is an intricate operation requiring a well-planned infrastructure. This involves a variety of processes and experts. Well-trained specialists are used to bring natural gas to the surface. So the well is now ready to be spudded in. The spud date is the date the rotary drilling bit touches ground. Routine rotary drilling consists of rotating a drill bit downwards through the formation towards target depth, cutting away pieces of the formation called cuttings. During the drilling process, drilling fluids called mud is constantly circulated down the well bore. The drilling mud raises the cuttings to the surface, lubricates the drilling bot and keeps formation fluids from entering the well bore. During the drilling process, the rig is in constant operation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for approximately 21 to 28 days. The drilling utilizes heavy-duty industrial strength drill bits, and the well is drilled in several stages starting with a large diameter drill bit. Then successfully smaller drill bits are used as the drilling is advanced. Approximately every 30 feet as the hole is deepened, a joint of drill pipe is added. This process is called making a mouse hole connection. Periodically, the drill bit becomes worn out or damaged and must be replaced. This process is called tripping out. After a new drill bit is attached, the pipe is lowered back into the hole in a process called tripping in. Normally, the drill pipe is removed depending upon the height of the derrick or mast. A derrick or mast is a four-legged load-bearing structure that is part of the drilling rig. Tripping out is also necessary when casing must be set. Casing is a steel pipe that is set into the well bore. After drilling each portion of the well, nested steel protective casings is cemented into place. This will protect groundwater and maintain the integrity of the well. Initially, and prior to moving in the drill rig, a large diameter hole is drilled for the first 50 to 80 feet. Conductor casing is then cemented into place, stabilizing the ground around the drilling rig and well head, and isolating the well from most private water wells. The air drilling is done until the hole is advanced to an average of 100 to 200 feet below the base of the freshwater zone that provides added protection to the freshwater zone. Air drilling, also known as pneumatic percussion drilling, is an underbalanced drilling technique in which gases, usually compressed air or nitrogen, are used to cool the drill bit and lift the cutting of a well bore in a place of conventionally used liquids. A series of compressors and boosters generate the air that is used to lift the rock cuttings and fresh water into steel bins. The rock cutting are then disposed of within state guidelines and permits. The drilling equipment is retracted to the surface and is stored for the second stage of drilling. To protect the integrity of the hole and to protect the surroundings deep freshwater zone, a second layer of steel casing called surface casing is installed and cemented inside the newly drilled hole. In conductor casing, cement is pumped down through the surface casing and up along the sides of the well to provide a proper seal. This completely isolates the well from the deepest of private or municipal water wells. A blowout preventer is installed after the surface casing has been cemented. The blowout preventer is a series of high pressure safety valves and seals attached to the top of the casing to control well pressure and prevent surface releases. Next, a small drilling assembly is passed down through the surface casing. At the bottom of the casing, the bit drills through the float equipment and cement continue its journey to the natural gas target area as deep as 8,000 feet below the surface. The drilling method employed below the surface casing use drilling mud, which is a non-hazardous mixture based on bentonite clay or synthetic thickeners. In addition to lifting the rock cutting out of the hole, drilling mud also helps to stabilize the hole, cool the drill bit, and control the hole pressure. A few hundred feet above the target shale, the drilling assembly comes to a stop. The entire string is retracted to the surface to adjust the drilling assembly and install a special drilling tool. This tool allows to gradually turn the drill bit until a horizontal plane is reached. The remainder of the well is drilled in this horizontal plane. While in contact with the gas producing shale, drilling continues horizontally through the shale at lengths greater than 4,000 feet from the point where it entered the formation. Once drilling is completed, the equipment is retracted to the surface. Then a small diameter casing called production casing is installed. Throughout the total length of the well, the production casing is cemented and secured in place by pumping cement down through the end of the casing. Depending on regional geologic conditions, the cement is pumped around the outside casing wall to approximately 2,500 feet above the producing shale formation or to the surface. The cement creates a seal to ensure that formation fluids can only be produced via the production casing. After each layer of casing is installed, the wellness pressure tested to ensure its integrity for continuing drilling. A cross section of the well below surface reveals several protective layers: cement conductor casing, cement surface casing, drilling mud production casing, and then production tubing through which the produced gas and water will flow. There are 7 layers of protection. Horizontal drilling offers many advantages when compared to vertical drilling. Horizontal well contact more of the gas producing shale. Fewer wells are needed to optimally develop a gas field. Multiple wells can be drilled from the same pad sites. For example, development of 1,280-acre tract of land using conventional vertical drilling techniques could require as many as 32 vertical wells, with each having its own pad site. However, one multiple wall pad site with horizontal wells can effectively recover the same natural gas reserves from the 1,280-acre tract of land while reducing the overall surface disturbance by 90%. Next, let us talk about onshore drilling. Onshore drilling involves driving a drilling rig deep into the earth to reach fossil fuels, while an offshore drilling rig drills underneath the seabed. Other than the application of equipment, different things make the two processes stand apart from each other. Onshore drilling operations include building access roads to the drill site, preparing the site for the drilling rig, transporting the rig to the site, and drilling the well bore. Most drilling operations are performed by drilling contractors. A drilling contract is an agreement between the lessee and a drilling contractor for the drilling of a well. Drilling contract generally provide for payment which include day rate, that is the payment based on the number of days drilled, or footage rate, payment based on the number of feet drilled, or turnkey rate, payment of a fixed sum of money based on drilling to a certain depth or stage of completion. Next, let us talk about offshore drilling. Offshore drilling is a mechanical process where a well bore is drilled below the seabed. Operators may acquire mineral leases from the government. Offshore leases are obtained through a system of closed competitive bidding on available offshore tracts. Drilling operations are much more expensive. The stages in offshore drilling include: first, a stratigraphic test well is drilled. This well is drilled for information only, to know about the types and depth of subsurface formations. Once reserves are known with reasonable certainty to exist and be economically recoverable, exploratory drilling is performed from mobile rigs. The choice of a rig to be used is based on the specific locations. Then there may be drilling barges and ships. They are towed to the location. Jack up drilling platforms are towed to location, and then the legs are lowered to the ocean floor. Then the submersible and semi-submersible drilling platform are towed to location, and then the pontoon-like legs are flooded with water for extra stability in the ocean. The drilling operations use directional drilling, since this technique can reach thousands of feet away from the platform. In addition to production from fixed platforms, offshore production may also be achieved via subsea completions. Subsea completions are subsea satellite wells that are situated on the ocean floor. The production from these wells are moved directly to platforms or floating production, storage, offloading vessels, or to the shore, when it is processed and stored pending sales. So, this completes our discussion on drilling operations. Remember, effective questioning brings insight, which fuels curiosity, which cultivates wisdom. If you have any question regarding this session, then please don't hesitate to ask in the comment box or by email, and inshallah I will reply you back. Thank you so much and happy learning.